I'm often reminded that there are other types of heroes. We have heroes in our culture, often that do battle or run into a burning building and that sort of thing. And I'm not trying to take away from that kind of heroism. What I want to say is that there are other kinds of heroes that get lost in our culture. And a story comes up in my mind oftentimes when this subject starts rattling around in my brain. And, um, it stays in my head. And it's one of these stories that I can't tell usually without going to tears. And so what I realize is that I can immortalize this and pass this story on, because um, there are millions of these people and there are millions of these acts going on all the time, and they're not brought to um, our attention and our collective psyche and our collective story. So I offer you this story. Let's see if I can get through it without crying. Um, I was a student teacher for uh, fifth grade class. There was a boy in this class who was by far the most popular kid in the class. Um, Good looking, extremely athletic. Everybody wanted to be his friend. He was so nice to everybody. And the thing that got me about this kid was that he was good looking. Probably when he gets older, will have no problem with the ladies whatsoever. And he was smart, always on the top of the class. But this is the part about this kid that just blew me away. One day we were in class, and my mentor teacher used to pass out papers, and he would have people stand up that got 100% or really good scores. And there was with this one kid in the class, and he was a special ed kid and um, struggled academically. And he I'll never forget this. And so he read off his name and said, stand up. And the class as a whole just booed and made fun of this kid that he'd actually get a good grade. And this other kid sat right next to him, and he reached over to him and he patted him on the back and he said, good job, Eric. He was the only kid in the class that stood up for him. And there was another time um, when in we were out, and my mentor was a beautiful, beautiful man, but he was quite old school. And so we we were picking teams. We just had some time left for dodgeball, not dodgeball, kickball, and so this kid that I'm talking about was picked as one of the captains. And so the two kids picked their teams. The two kids picked their teams, and then they got done picking their teams. And that boy walked over to my mentor and I, and he said, I hate how we pick teams like this. And he didn't say it like he was being mad at us. And he just looked at us and he said, I just can't imagine what a last kid feels like that got picked last. I don't know. To me, that kid is a hero. And there's a lot of people that are heroes like that.